This week, the world focuses its awareness on tourism, with World Tourism Day falling on September 27th annually. In Jamaica, the occasion was marked by the Tourism Opportunities Visionary Symposium, where Professor Andrew Spencer, president of the Caribbean Maritime University, covered industry developments and spoke about how the region could recover from the COVID-19 pandemic.
We really need to think about how we are able to ensure that we have not eroded our growth. Okay, it's going to involve greater cooperation. It's going to involve the utilization of alliances, strategic alliances, to ensure that those who are unable are able to benefit from the economies of scale, that platforms are made available so that individuals can have greater reach. Because when one business in our nation benefits, the entire tourism product benefits.
Touching on several events that occurred throughout the pandemic, Spencer highlighted in particular the unearthing of more of the community tourism space. As that was something which had been done in a moment of crisis, Spencer was convinced even more progress in that regard could be possible now that people were not in crisis mode and are more able to think clearly.
We ought to look now at how we pull more individuals into the net and ensure that what we were doing was simply not just a crisis kind of response, only to go back to our old ways, some of which were not good ways, and to start utilizing a lot of what's available to us to make sure that everybody's involved. So the trends, very important. Health and safety conscious travelers, those who are looking for immersive experiences. We knew this prior to 2019. We talked about this prior to 2019. The reality is that we had an opportunity to become more competitively engaged. And we did some of this immersion. We need to get a little bit deeper and understand that it is the experiential traveler who is the traveler of the future. The nomadic lifestyle has to be embraced. Tapping into the domestic traveler, we cannot let domestic travelers feel that we were simply using them because we had nobody coming through our borders, through our ports. So there's an opportunity here to supplement the critical mass which we get from international travel with the domestic traveler and treating them just as well as we did when we absolutely needed them. And again, the tech-savvy traveler is going to want us to embrace the technology.
Spencer also provided his thoughts on how the regional tourism industry should proceed as public health and safety protocols are loosened by countries around the world.
The COVID-19 protocols, although I'm pointing to the fact that many people are feeling that we ought to abandon them in large part now. But the truth is, as I said, there was a lesson to be learned in terms of how we treated personal space. We should not allow people to forget that. I made the point already about domestic travel. I don't need to beat this one too hard, but I've always said that a safe space for our guests should be first represented by a safe space for our locals. We're going to make the place safe for our locals. We're going to make the place less congested. We're going to have more seamless systems for the movement of people. We're going to ensure that we take care of our locals. And then we invite tourists into that space to enjoy what is real and not two very distinct images. So as we try to embark on these new frontiers, again, invest in the tech, invest in smart tourism, ensure that we have all the systems properly established for all the biosecurity, and ensuring that the services that we have are properly enhanced.
Many Caribbean islands have already begun responding to one major travel trend, the digital nomad lifestyle. Antigua and Barbuda, Barbados, and Bermuda are just some of the countries that have rolled out immigration policies to accommodate visitors who wish to stay on island for months as they work remote jobs.
I think about the potential that exists in spaces that allow for that kind of free movement. Very important for policy revisions to keep pace with the changing markets.
In his presentation, Spencer stressed the importance of developing crisis management policies and frameworks, as well as the importance of continuing to diversify tourism products, shifting to a digital mindset, and preparing for the unexpected.